Hello world! And welcome to Striking Discord. I'm Tim.
I'm Mason.
And we have a guest with us today, Jack.
Hello.
And Jack, what are we going to be talking about today?
We are going to be going through a few different points we have about Star Wars Episode 7. It's the seventh one.
The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Big spoiler. We're going to be talking, this is not a spoiler-free review. It's also not really a review. We're just going to be talking about things that we like, things that we didn't like. That is absolutely a review, I guess.
There's going to be some critiques. There's going to be some predictions, some theorizing maybe.
What we would have changed.
So consider it the official presidential debate on Star Wars.
Yeah. So I guess getting right into it, first things first, what did we think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. I loved this movie. I liked it more the second time than the first time. And I liked it more the third time than the second time.
Wow. So if you watched it the fourth time, you would like it more the fourth time.
I would imagine that it'll level off
itself. That's fair. My second time watching it, it was the same to me.
Okay.
When I was watching it the first time, it was an active viewing, but it was all new. So the second time I watched it, I was really looking into it.
Right.
To see what, my opinions and stuff.
And that's actually one of the reasons why I liked it more the second time. As we will talk about, you could call it one of the negative things about the movie, but there are a lot of parallels between this movie and Episode 4. There's a lot of parallels between Kylo Ren and a changing Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith. But when I saw it the second time, I was paying attention more to all those parallels, and it occurred to me that when you're actually in the movie, watching the movie, none of those parallels mattered to me. I never, while watching the movie the second time, felt like this is just like Episode 4. There was no single moment, except for Starkiller Base at the end. There was no single moment while watching it the second time that I thought this just feels like repeats of stuff.
No, but there was cool things like the opening scene with the what's that? That's the Star Destroyer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an evolution of the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, and how that was really cool because there's such a callback to that in a filming sense rather than a.
Also, technically every single Star Wars movie starts with the stars, pans down. I guess it's not a pan if it's down; it tilts down. Pan would be side to side, but...
No, that would be tilt. The pan is like that.
No,
the whole thing moves. The whole thing moves if it's a pan.
Do anybody...
Leave us comments and let us know what's a pan, what's a tilt.
Yeah.
What's a zoom? What does that mean?
It's where you...
I know I'm joking.
Oh, good, you got me. I was like, well, what?
So yeah, but in any case, the parallels, when you're picking apart the movie after watching it, yes, there are a lot of parallels, a lot of things that just feels like repeats. But I think that when you're just watching the movie, it rocks. I almost said the F word, but it just rocks.
It rocks and it rolls, Tim.
It does.
That's what it does. So I just want to come out, and this is what I want to talk about first. My favorite thing, and clearly the marketing department of Disney's favorite thing, Kylo Ren.
I don't know. I think Disney's marketing piece for that is definitely BB-8.
Are you kidding? If you go to anywhere, every single toy has Kylo Ren's picture in the corner, not BB-8.
That's true. BB-8 is definitely an amazing part of the movie. He's just freaking adorable.
Yeah,
But I do
it's
think
a character.
that proportionately, based on how much I would think that BB-8 would be marketed, or as far as merchandise and stuff, compared to Kylo Ren is really kind of the face of this movie.
He really is. I mean, if every single toy has Kylo Ren's, it's like.
I always
kind of like how they did for Darth Maul for the Phantom Menace. He was always. I think they even did it for the Attack of the Clones. He was still a symbol for they'd have a tattoo.
Darth Maul.
Yeah, it was Darth Maul because it's just bad guys are good marketing.
That's true.
Because you'd rather see Darth Vader up on a billboard than Yoda.
Oh, I haven't seen the Kylo Ren stuff. So.
Well, when we were talking about this before, because Mason and I have very similar views on Kylo Ren. But Jack, you kind of had a slightly different view. What's your thoughts on Kylo Ren?
So after the second viewing, I sort of eased up on it. I had very high expectations going in. So when I saw him, he seemed more like just a generic bad guy. Not really all that amazing. He reminded me too much of Anakin Skywalker. I didn't really see anything special. But on the second viewing, I think I was more impressed. I wasn't as critical of it.
I want to say one of my favorite things about him is I'd say he's an officer, I guess, because he has the same hat as Gleason. And he's like, the droid got away, and then he slashes up the control panel, and then
Sure,
there's
he's
anything
like
else.
he's emotionally
he's just,
unstable.
He's unhinged emotionally, and I think
he's
that's
still a child.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even know. Like, grown people can be emotionally
Sure.
unhinged. It's not
He's
like
still young.
He has a short temper.
he has and he feeds off that. And that's the
Unlike-
dark side.
And unlike Darth Vader, which
He's always very
and I think it's a
very much
it's a
so.
complicated balance between talking about Darth Vader versus talking about Anakin Skywalker. One, because for me, I don't even think of the prequels as canon. I don't like them. I despise them 100%. I don't think there's anything redeeming about them. And that's one of the reasons why I like
disagree.
Kylo. I know, lots of people do. But lots of people say that Kylo Ren and Anakin Skywalker are basically identical characters.
No.
Not
And
identical, no.
I would
They have the
completely
same hair.
disagree with that. They do. And there are some similarities, but the biggest important thing about it, I think, is that even if you say that Kylo Ren is like Anakin Skywalker, Kylo Ren is Anakin Skywalker done well. Kylo Ren is how the prequels should have done Anakin Skywalker. He is, emotionally immature. He's emotionally unstable, but he's not whiny and obnoxious like Anakin Skywalker comes off.
Yeah.
And then actually something that I never really thought about before, but almost a negative thing about the prequels, or a disconnect between the prequels and the originals, is that Anakin Skywalker is extremely, I would say, short-tempered, emotionally unstable. However, there's no transition between when he's sort of like a crazy person to when he's Darth Vader as being a very, under control. Keeps his cool.
He knows what's going on all the time.
Which is why Darth Vader's such a cool character and Anakin Skywalker was such a horrible
And
character.
he hates sand because it's small and it gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
Now, you say that he's not whiny. However, I get the impression that he's whiny. Once he takes his mask off, he becomes whiny.
That's exactly what I thought the first
Ray bests him and everything, and he gets a little whiny about it all.
I don't think that it's whiny as much as just... Okay, I can't say that it's not whiny because his voice itself, compared to his killer voice...
His helmet.
Yeah,
voice.
his helmet
Kylo
voice.
Ren.
Yes.
I am amazed that they pulled off having another bad guy who's basically Darth Vader 2.0. I mean, he wants to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, which is
That's his
cool.
goal.
Which
And
is
he
so
has
cool.
a helmet that alters his voice, but it doesn't feel like Darth Vader. I mean, they make it so cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that it's as cool. I don't want to compare it to Darth Vader because Darth Vader, I feel like, is kind of an untouchable character.
Of course.
He's a holy bad guy, and I don't want to say that this would be better or worse or even similar.
That's fair.
But I feel like it holds its own, independent or dependent. Like, compared to Darth Vader, it's just
He's good.
so cool in a different way.
Yeah.
I also like how his helmet's really based off Darth Vader's. The back of it is
very
almost
similar.
literally Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's. I almost said Dark Vader.
No, that's okay. As a kid, that's what I'm sure I
It's
called
a-
it.
Did you know
Everyone
actually
said-
that's what in France he's called Dark Vador with an O-R?
Really?
Dark Vador. Yeah.
Is it the word for dark in French?
No, because they all
Oh,
just
they
think
just
he
said
says
dark.
Darth Vader.
Dark Vader.
Yeah.
What I really like about Kylo Ren is his lightsaber, but not the fact that it's got the hilt,
Well, that's
which
pretty
I think
cool.
is pretty
But
cool.
I love how it's self-made.
Yeah.
Just to say real quick, and how
Self-made.
yeah. Did you not know that he made it himself?
Well, that's what every Jedi's supposed to do.
Right,
Yeah,
technically.
but it's very
he didn't
crude.
go to the he didn't do it in a very. It's clearly
That's
when
true.
Rey breaks out Anakin's, it's like ooh,
Yeah.
and his is like.
Yeah, it's very crudely
It's
made.
crude,
I think
yeah.
that's really cool.
That's what
you
I
can
love.
see in the blade. It's like
It even has
it's
a
an
different
impure
sound.
blade. It sounds different. It's a lot more
Sparta,
harsh.
yeah.
Whereas
Kylo-
Anakin's or the blue one that Rey uses, that was Luke's or Anakin's. That's just a clean, very clean.
It is. I
Refined
feel
blade.
like the Darth Vader's, Luke Skywalker's lightsabers are like a nuclear reactor type of lightsaber. Kylo Ren's seems like it would have a pull cord to It's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's so
Yeah.
It's just,
and it's so
the
J.J.
rawness.
Abrams.
Yeah.
What do we think about J.J. Abrams taking the helm?
I think he did a
Thumbs up.
fantastic job, and I'm disappointed that he won't be in the 8th.
And apparently he is too.
Yeah.
I read that he was quoted as. I read that he was quoted as. And 6 degrees later, when this is completely inaccurate. Now, I did read that he regrets not doing. I mean, J.J. Abrams rocks it. There are so many things
Not
to
really
talk
up for
about. We
debate.
don't need to discuss J.J. Abrams. What
The Knights
else
of
do you
Ren.
No, we don't have to just go in order.
Yeah.
I love that you're
I
just
have
reading
a lot
it. I want to talk about some of the things that. Oh well, let's go around.
Okay.
And I'll say one thing that you really liked and one thing that you really didn't like. After saying these things, then we can sort of discuss. It can be a lead into more discussion.
Okay.
But let's just
Can I
say
go
the
first?
thing. Yeah.
All right.
Go.
So something I loved was the speech Gleason gave, and then how they all then did pretty much like a Heil Hitler, and then they all turned around and this huge beam shut off and everyone watched. It was like 5 minutes of everyone just being like, oh no. And then you even got a perspective from them. Like besides Kylo Ren, that is something I really thought was phenomenal. I thought that he gets so into it. He's like shaking because he's like so angry. Yeah. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was something we don't like.
The Nazi parallels
Yeah,
alone were.
I mean,
great.
even just visually,
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, J.J. Abrams, like, my favorite scene is when Kylo Ren's talking to Darth Vader's helmet. I think that's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
No, it's something I don't like.
Yeah. Yes.
Something I don't like?
Yes.
So something I don't like is Rey's perfect character. I think she's perfect, and perfect characters are very boring. And she's boring. She's cool. I like her. She's a good actress. That's definite. However, the character that was written for her is perfect, and I find that boring.
And we're not discussing yet, right?
No, we're just
okay.
going right now.
We'll come back.
I think my favorite scene. We'll cut all this together because I don't even know. I had it in mind.
Skip you and
Can I
then
get
come
some
back
more
to you?
water?
I had it in mind.
Yeah, good. You
I
can
had
just
it in mind,
use-
but I totally
Yeah,
forgot.
Yeah, just think about it.
While you're thinking, I just want to make sure that it's still recording.
Yeah.
That would suck if all this wasn't recorded.
It's been 19 minutes already. I'm actually going to stop.
19 minutes?
Yeah, we're gonna have like a 3-part series, which is great.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I mean, we'll cut. We often have really, really long things.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll cut to the important parts,
Yeah.
but we could also do like
Like
3.
1 or 2 parts. At
That's
least.
true.
I mean, we could even if it was 9 minutes long, we could do 3-3-minute videos.
Yeah.
I didn't even get one.
Oh, I thought you took it and then set it down.
You immediately grabbed it and I was like, that's fine. But when you started, because I was like, they're his. You can do
Wait,
whatever
I
you
actually
want.
totally forgot what my favorite scene was.